Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I am Mindy Lee, and I am the Public Relations and Events Manager for the Kansas Small Business Development Center. And today I am being joined by Rick Feltenberger, who is the Regional Director for the Fort Hays State University branch of the Kansas SBDC. And he is also a member of the Kansas Center for Business Transition team. And he is going to be joining us today to talk a little bit more about that center. So, hi, Rick. Thank you so much for joining me.
Hello, Mindy, and thank you very much for having me here.
So to kind of jump into things, the first and most obvious question is, what exactly is the Kansas Center for Business Transition?
Well, Mindy, I was fortunate to have been on the team of advisors who created the Kansas Center for Business Transition. We had just witnessed the devastation to rural communities when, for example, the only grocery store in the county would close because the owner didn't have a good plan for succession or transition. And we also knew that businesses in our urban areas were struggling with, how to develop a transition plan. So the KCBT is here to support owners and their communities through education and resources for business transition. It's based on the concept of helping owners capture more of the value that's locked up within their business and keeping those businesses viable. We can assist virtually anyone, and we're of particular utility to those businesses in rural Kansas where resources tend to be just a little bit more constrained.
That sounds like a really great service to offer to a lot of people in our state. Could you kind of brief over some of the services and benefits to our clients with the KCBT?
Absolutely, Mindy. Our services are designed to help owners prepare for what could be the single largest financial event of their life, transitioning their business. Now, everyone knows the stats. 70% of the companies on the market will never sell. And, a lot of folks want to drill into that 70% number. And while that may be interesting, I think the critical question is, why were the 30% of owners successful? Don't really matter to me why someone didn't do it. I want to know what the reasons were for those folks that were successful in selling it. And the answer was pretty simple. They were prepared. They had the necessary knowledge, they sought professional advice, and they developed a plan to transition their business on their terms. So we provide tools to help owners prepare. There are transition checklists. There is a successor readiness questionnaire. We have a contingency plan template. We have a transition plan template, and we have a lot more too. We have a blog that has some very engaging articles on important transition topics. We have success stories from owners who have successfully transitioned. And I'll tell you, Mindy, reading some of those stories is really comforting to owners when they realize that there are people here in Kansas that have actually gone through the process. And of course, there's access to exit planning advisors. Now, this can happen in a do-it-yourself mode where owners simply use the tools on their own, or they can work with us and our team can support them on their journey. We are always very happy to help.
So it sounds like you guys offer some pretty comprehensive assistance and services to people. So I guess that kind of begs the question, does it cost anything to work with you guys?
Well, Mindy, there is no cost to access our website where owners can find all of our tools and resources. There is no cost for any of our core advising services to new and existing SBDC clients. So if anyone listening isn't a client already, sign up because it doesn't cost anything. There are some specialized services such as a certified business valuation or some of the more comprehensive exit planning services and services from our resource partners that could be fee-based.
That's understandable. And that's kind of similar to the SBDC in general, where most of our stuff's free, but there are some specialized services that do cost a fee. So if someone's interested in starting to work with you guys, kind of how can they start working with the Kansas Center for Business Transition? What does that process look like?
Well, the process is just so very simple. Anyone interested should visit our website, ksbiztransition.com. Now, that's a mouthful, so let me unpack that a little bit. It's one word, ksbiztransition.com, ksbiztransition.com. And there you can find all of the contact information for our advisors. Alternatively, folks could reach out to me and I would gladly put them in touch with the most appropriate resource. My number is 785-628-5615. That's 785-628-5615. Or you can email me at Rick Felten, RICKFELTEN, @ksbdc.net.
And before we wrap up here, is there anything else that we should know about the Kansas Center for Business Transition?
Well, just a few thoughts, Mindy. Business owners seem to be overly concerned about the value of their business, and that's understandable. But I say don't worry about it. That will come at the appropriate time. The most important thing to do is start with the steps that I had mentioned to be prepared. Second, don't be a settler. Don't be that business owner who just accepts what's offered. Get ready, follow a plan, and exit with dignity. And finally, to steal a quote from my favorite TV show, The X-Files, you are not alone. And I'll say that again. You are not alone. We can absolutely put you on the right track. I've been in your shoes. Many of our advisors have been in your shoes. The Kansas Center for Business Transition is here for you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Rick. I really appreciate taking time out of your day to talk about this. Again, that website is ksbiztransition.com, and you can also find a link to their website from the state Kansas SBDC site, kansasSBDC.net. There are so many letters that we got to throw out for these things.
No, right.
Yeah. But thank you again for joining us, and I really appreciate you taking your time.
Sure, Mindy. My pleasure.